It is almost impossible to live without credit. We have certain expenses that we just can't pay for outright, like a house, a car, or even an education. But we can get these financed and pay them back over time with interest. This is essentially what credit is about. But how does one make the most of credit? By building up your credit score. Welcome to The Eighth Wonder, a channel dedicated to making compound interest your best interest. A credit score is a three-digit number that represents an individual's credit worthiness. Credit scores are used by lenders such as banks and credit card companies to determine whether an individual is likely to repay a loan or make payments on time on the credit given. The higher your credit score is, the more creditworthy you are considered to be, and the more likely you are to be approved for loans or credit with favorable terms and lower interest rates. Credit scores are regulated by credit bureaus which use certain calculations to determine your credit score. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are three major credit bureaus. Each compile their own credit report, but they don't share information with each other, so your credit report from each bureau may be different. Creditors are also not required to report to their bureaus, and many don't report to all three, which is another reason why your credit score from every agency is different. You can always get your credit from one or more of these credit bureaus in order to have a more comprehensive credit score. Credit scores will typically fall somewhere between 300 and 850. In general, a score above 670 is considered good, while a score above 800 on this same scale is looked at as excellent. Scores below 579 are seen as poor. Growing your credit score can be quite confusing and at times may feel like a case of bad decisions give you experience helps you make good decisions. But it doesn't really work that way. Yes, in order to get good credit, you first need to have credit, but you need to start out with credit from the lowest barrier of entry. What do I mean by this? Well, for most people with a job, getting a credit card or some kind of retail store card is the easiest way of getting started. This will obviously require a lot of discipline in order to get it right. A parent can help set up their child with a good credit score by simply adding them as a user on their credit card. As long as the parent's credit score is good, the child's score will also be good. There are 5 factors that contribute to a credit score rating. Starting with number 1, on-time payment history. By paying your bills on time, you ensure that your payment history looks good and shows that you are good with your money. This is very important as this carries a weight of 35% of your total credit score. So make sure to track due dates for bill payments and make sure that you don't miss any of them. Number 2, credit utilization. How much of your available credit you actually use matters. Ideally, you want to use less than 50% of your total available credit, but using less than 30% is even better, as again, it shows that you are good with your money and you don't depend a lot on credit. Maxing out your credit will be very costly, as this has a weight of 30% of your total credit score. Number 3, length of credit history. The longer you've had a credit line open, the more trustworthy you are in the eyes of creditors. This tells them that you've been good with your credit for a long time and are therefore a low risk when it comes to defaulting. One mistake that a lot of people make is to close their oldest credit line, like an old credit card, as soon as they have a new one. This will negatively affect your credit score and can take a while to recover from because this has a weight of 15% of your total credit score. Number 4, total number of credit lines. The more credit lines you have, the more history you will have, and the more credit you will have available, which can help you with keeping your utilization low. Having a number of credit lines that all have a good repayment history and a long credit length can all play into this aspect. Having different types of credit also shows that you can handle credit well, no matter the type. This has a weight of 10% on your overall credit score. Number 5, number of credit inquiries. Anytime you apply for credit, it gets reported to the credit bureaus and it will show up on your credit report as a hard inquiry. This helps lenders to keep track of how often you're applying for credit. The more often you apply for credit, the riskier you are in the eyes of lenders, as this tells them that you aren't managing your credit well, thus the need to constantly take out more credit. This also affects the average length of your credit history, so you also need to take that into consideration. This carries a weight of 10% on your credit score, and with these 5 factors, your credit score will be calculated. Regularly monitoring your credit report can help you catch errors and fraud that can hurt your credit score. You are entitled to a free credit report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus once a year. Review your credit report for inaccuracies such as accounts that don't belong to you, late payments that have already been paid, or incorrect personal information. In South Africa, I have so far found 2 services that offer free monthly credit reports which can help you keep track of your credit score and know which areas to improve upon. These are ClearScore, which uses Experian, and Direct Access Pulse, which uses TransUnion. The links to these services will be in the description of this video. Comment below if you know of any other free monthly services that I didn't mention here. Building up and maintaining a good credit score can make all the difference on how much you are charged in interest on your next loan. So it takes good credit in order to get good interest rates, and with interest rates being so high lately, it's a good idea to make sure that you can secure yourself a good credit rating, which in the long run will save you a lot of time and money. If you are finding it hard to get started with building up your credit history, remember to start where there's a low barrier to entry and work your way up. If you are like me, then you grew up being taught that credit is bad and that you should avoid it at all costs. But by watching videos like these, you can learn how credit can work to your advantage. I've heard of too many people who got turned away because they didn't have any credit record and could therefore not be trusted by lenders, so they had to go back and start from scratch. Don't be that guy. If you haven't yet started on your credit record, go ahead and get started now. If you found value in this video, then please leave a like and share it with a friend. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this to help you grow your financial literacy. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next video. But until then, stay invested.